I am Tommy Kane, and I am the hip hop CEO. And this is the live version of this video. I'm going to be making an edited version that I'll end up uploading later. But so I've been getting a lot of hate in the comments. I've been getting a lot of people calling me a liar, saying that I'm not who I say that I am, that I didn't do hip hop, that I'm not a rapper, that I'm goofy, that I'm, this and that, mainly because I got white skin. And it's kind of sad because, me coming into the hip hop game in the 90s, it felt like in the late 90s, early 2000s, like we were beating racism because of, how accepted we all seem to be. Blacks and whites and browns all hanging out with each other, uniting around this beautiful art form called hip hop. And of course, now we live in a world where, these fucking idiots come on my YouTube channel and they see a white face and immediately think like, you don't look like a rapper and you're not famous, so you never did anything you say you did in your life. You're just a white man appropriating my culture or some shit. So this is what we're going to do. Because maybe what I did wrong last time was I didn't give you guys enough fucking evidence and let you know exactly who I am. So we're going to go down the list. We're going to go through my story. Okay. We're going to go through my story. And what we're going to do first is we're going to show my Wikipedia page that I have, by the way, and that you don't, you people in the comments. I could be wrong, but maybe you should link me your Wikipedia page. Maybe you don't have one because maybe you didn't accomplish anything, which is why you're so cynical and bitter and angry and why you have to come on people's channels and talk shit and run your mouth because you've never done anything in your life. You never accomplished anything, ever. You see what I'm saying? So that's why you have to tear people down on YouTube. And it's cool. I'm not the first person, nor will I be the last, to have to navigate his way through a bunch of haters in the comments when you first start trying to launch a YouTube channel. But let's take a look at what this says. Tommy Kane, me, born as Thomas J. Abadi, me, the third, in Methuen, Massachusetts, also known as Poverty, me, is a filmmaker, a hip-hop artist. Oh, am I? Because I was told in the comments that I wasn't. A singer, a composer, and an actor that lives in Los Angeles, California. That's right. I live in LA. He was living in a homeless shelter in Maine when he produced the demo. I'm originally from Boston, but, as you can see, born in Methuen, Massachusetts. But I wound up in a shelter. I produced the demo that was picked up by Artist Direct Records, which was the new label that was created by the former owner of Interscope Records, Ted Field. Then I moved to LA in 2001, which is what I said. And I wrote for Seth Binzer of Crazy Town. Come my lady, come my lady, you're my butterfly, sugar, baby. Yeah, I wrote songs for that dude. All right. So now, by the way, he loved hip hop. Even though he was most known for rock, he was a huge hip hop fan. That's why he ended up liking me. He took me off the streets when I was a homeless kid, and he brought me to LA, which is one of the most beautiful stories ever because he was famous, and he just took a random homeless kid off the street. And we're going to get into my homelessness and my story in a minute, but basically through my relationship with Seth, one of Kane's demos, me, wound up on the desk of Jimmy Iovine of Interscope Records. I know y'all heard of him, right? Eminem, Dr. Dre, all those people. I'm sure you've heard of him, right? So now, let's see what it says. Eventually won a bidding war to secure the right to produce Kane's music, me. However, plans to release his album Rise from Ruin foundered in the wake of problems at the label. And it did, because the label had problems. Not because I was shelved, not because of anything I did, not because I didn't put out a good song. The record label ran out of money. They had problems. And Kane was approached by Kanye West. That's right. Kanye West wanted to sign me. Kanye West loved me. And he probably still does. He probably still does. And if you were to, in fact, in my album, many believe from back in the day, my producer Desmond Powell showed him my album before he dropped his first record nationally, and a lot of people think it inspired it. I don't want to jump the gun. I would rather let Kanye tell you that. But at the end of the day, that's what a lot of people believe that are in my circle and in my camp. So now we move on. The album was released. By the way, also I was approached by The Game. I was in a movie with The Game and Tyrese Gibson called Waist Deep. And The Game loved my music and also wanted to sign me. Why didn't they sign me? Because my label tried to charge them $250,000 to get them to take me off the label. And that's why. That's why they didn't sign me. So now that being said, in 2006, Kane had a small role in the film Waist Deep, I believe I just said that. Then I went on to make my directorial debut after I scored a few films, and I made my own movie called New Shoes, which went on to go to the Cannes Film Festival and become an award-winning film at the American Pavilion. And I got an 8 out of 10 review on Film Threat, and it starred Jacob Moran, who went on to star in the Black Phone. Okay? Now that's, as you guys know, just to sum it up, the wiki on me. But like, we're going to talk about some things. My movie, what was my movie about? Me. Why? Because my childhood growing up was not your typical white boy life. I grew up with a mother who was a prostitute, who was a crackhead, who was in and out of prison. Our apartment was a prostitute. Girls would pay my mother to have sex with Johns in my living room. That's the shit I grew up around. And dealers would sell crack out of my apartment. My mother would sleep with drug dealers and shit like that. That's what I grew up around, okay? And I grew up in Indianapolis, Indiana. I grew up in St. Petersburg, Florida. I grew up in Methuen and Lawrence, Massachusetts. These are all areas I lived in. Predominant, where I spent most of my youth. You know, I went to Arlington High School in Indianapolis, Indiana. I went to Dixie Hollins High School in St. Petersburg, Florida. And these were the areas that I grew up. In fact, NFL football player Dante Fowler, I went to high school with his father. I went to high school with Dante Fowler's father. He played on our high school football team. So make no mistake about it, I didn't live like your typical average, whatever you think about a white face when you see it. So when I make a video, okay, I've been in the studio with Jay Dilla. That's a fact, Jack. That's a fact. I could show you video footage right now. Of me in the recording studio. Goddamn, I must have mistyped it. With Alchemist. Now, granted, this is old ass footage because I'm old. I'm not young anymore. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not, this was a long time ago. But I've devoted the vast majority of my life to hip hop and hip hop culture. So now we're going to go to my wall here and I'm going to pull up a video I just posted recently of this video here. And this is me with Alchemist.
Hold on for a minute.
In New York in 2003 at D&D Studios, one of the most legendary hip hop studios in American history. Where I've worked with DJ Premier, where I worked with Alchemist, where I rhymed on stage with Mobb Deep this evening, the night you're watching this video. I went and rapped on stage with Prodigy and Havoc together with them in New York City. So you guys want to run your fucking mouth in my comments and talk about how everything I'm saying is make-believe, everything I'm saying is made up. You could go ahead and run your mouth all you want, but I promise you, there is no white dude in the hip-hop game ever, maybe aside from Eminem, that has more credibility than me. Very few, anyways. There's a couple legends. I know Slain is pretty credible. But at the end of the day, like, yeah, I'm that dude for real. I'm that dude for real. And this is footage of us hanging out in New York City, but I'm going to get to the studio part. There's me. There's Alchemist, who's now Eminem's DJ, by the way. There's Alchemist right there, okay? And this is us hanging out in the studio being goofy. That's my manager, Chip.
Let me see that again. Do that again.
This is a long video, so I'm just trying to skim through it. I get loud in the end here. Hold on. We'll get to the... That's me right there. Talking to the camera. D&D Studios.
As in life, as I will be in death.
Where Primo DJ, where Guru recorded all his albums. Legends. One of the most legendary studios in history. I am hip hop. KRS-One. KRS-One came up to Maine. He did a show and then needed a studio to go to. And he came to my studio and sat there for 16 hours to record his new CD that he used for live performances. And he went on to go do that. And in the time that we were sitting in the studio together for 16 hours, he asked me about my life, my story, how I got into hip hop. And you know what he told me before I left? He said, Poverty, I just want to tell you, you're hip hop. You are the culture, and don't ever let anybody ever tell you different.
So this is the deal. If I die,
so people like you that come on my comments talking out your ass about, you know, oh, you didn't do what you said, or I see a white face and he calls himself hip hop CEO, and how can a white man call? Because I'm hip hop. That's why. My whole life's been dedicated to it. Most of you are probably young and don't even know your asshole from your fucking face. But at the end of the day, I don't really give a fuck. Don't come on my channel questioning me or my credibility or who I am or what I did. My name is Tommy Kane. I have songs on Spotify. I have a YouTube channel that you can look up that has all my fucking music on it. And since you want to question, the bars, you know, we could do this too. You know what I mean? Since you want to question the bars, all right? All right, we could do this too, all right? So, somebody please give a brother a chance. Wait till I make me a couple of bands. I'm gonna dance the funniest pants, the rub of my hands in your uppity fans. Sun in your camp, stunningly cunning, discourage your fan. Kicking your kids and then punching your gramps. Flying to Tuscany, London, and France. Look at me going on one of my rants. Look at how I get you stuck in the trance. Dizzy as fuck that went up in the van from sensitive hearing and colors enhanced. Damn, all of these women is shunning their man. Rappers complaining, well, bumping my jam, cause Tommy be doing what none of us can. Fucking right, cause I'm the fucking man. You king sucker of the sucker land. You a knucklehead and I'm a rubber band where I bounce back. I'm a winner, entertaining phantom with you down in Indiana with your little bitty on my big banana, sipping liquor, showing me your titties and a booty, $1 million cutie on my care package like it's Call of Duty. Getting thicker quicker when I stick it in her, feeling full like she just had a chicken dinner. I'm Thor's hammer, smashing down on your poor grandma. I'm Lord Commander, I'm Seinfeld, and you're George Costanza. I'm not blessed, you're mediocrity at best. I'm double D's and your padded bras on a flat chest. That's just nothing, that's nothing, bro. Take anyone you know, any rapper you know. Take any rapper you know, anyone you know from any hood, any color. I don't give a fuck, black, white, brown, Hispanic, Asian, whatever the fuck you are, male, female, old, young, gay, straight. Bring anyone you fucking know to my channel and have them battle me. Have them come on here and try to out-rap me. I'll fucking rap circles around them. Okay? I am hip-hop. I am living, breathing the embodiment of hip-hop. So if you come on here and you see a white face and you suddenly want to act like I don't have credibility, I will smash you. I will destroy you. Okay? Go ask Tech9 who Poverty is. He knows who I am. Okay? Go ask 50 Cent who Poverty is. He knows who I am. I opened up for him in front of 15,000 fucking people. Okay? Go ask these people. You got industry connects, you're somebody, go fucking verify who I am. Because this is the last time I'm going to ever feel the need to get on here and defend myself. I'm going to make this video one time, and anytime here on and from forever after. The funny thing is, my show ain't even a hip-hop show. It's not even a hip-hop show. I made one video, and I called Drake the GOAT, and I stand on it. And by the way, real quick, so I made a video that Drake was the GOAT, and everybody tells me, oh, you're nobody, you don't have no credibility, blah, 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 right? Well, just to give you a heads up, y'all, guess who else said the same thing? Timbaland. Timbaland said the same thing. One of the most legendary hip-hop producers in history arguably the greatest, if you really want to know the truth, considering the fact that his innovation and what he did for the hip hop game. I don't think there's anyone more innovative than Timbaland. And what did he say? He said the same thing I said. He said that this album makes Drake the GOAT. That's what I said. So, I'm not going to get on here and defend myself anymore. I don't really give a fuck. I don't need no validation. But I'm definitely going to make sure that I have this video on speed dial. So anytime you fucking haters want to come to my channel running your fucking mouth, all I'm going to do is reply to you with a link to this video. So you could Google me. Google my fucking name. Look me up. Go do your research. I am hip hop. I've been doing hip hop my whole life. When I was high school age, I used to rap battle kids for money to pay rent. I am the living, breathing embodiment of hip hop. And too fucking bad if I'm a white face. Deal with it. Get over it. Get the fuck over it. Because hip hop is not just singularly and owned dominantly by any one particular race or culture. It is a movement that I have represented my whole life. And if anybody has something to say about that, I don't know. Go fucking, I really don't know what to tell you. Leave all your little hater comments. I don't give a fuck, man. I don't really care because at the end of the day, you're bitter. You're bitter. I'm the hip hop CEO because I'm a CEO of a multi-million-dollar company that I started because I'm an entrepreneur. And I'm hip hop because I've been living in the hip hop movement. And if it wasn't for hip hop, I wouldn't have made the money that I made in life to be able to move on and do the shit that I did. That's what makes me the hip hop CEO. If you don't like it, then you can fuck off.